So, Nazanin Zaghari-Ratcliffe is back in London from Iran, and it's great news for her family, and all those campaigners who've been fighting hard to get her back from the Islamic Republic or dictatorship, essentially. This is it's good news. And of course, as you guys know, my background is Persian, my family were from Iran, so of course I'm going to have to make a video about this. But I'm going to focus on the problems and the issues that are not being talked about, whether it's the mainstream media or the emotionally rational lefties who are just simply seeing things as black and white. Now, this is not an anti kind of movement video. It's not anti Nazanin. It's not anti FCO, whatever in that case. But first, let's focus on this trivia. So, Liz Truss went and met Nazanin, of course, and her husband Richard and their kid. Because she's the Secretary of State. She's the Foreign Secretary, and it's her job. It's normal. Same as when the Americans were held by Iranians, and when they came back, Secretary of State and the President would go and meet them. Normal practice. The left had a bit of a meltdown, saying, oh, why is Liz Truss getting involved? Do we really need a politician to be in photos right now with their family? Okay, if that's the case, then why is it that we're now creating a new god or goddess, putting someone on a pedestal? Well, Tulip Siddiq, the Labour MP, who is the local Labour MP for Richard Ratcliffe and Nazanin, who has been massively campaigning, working hard, campaigning, making a bit of a noise, and she also went and met them. She took photos. She took a couple of selfies with their kid as well. And everybody on the left were like, oh, this is so nice. Team Siddiq, Tulip Siddiq, great MP. It's good to see her down to earth, with everyday people, taking photos and selfies. Do you see your hypocrisy? This is one of the biggest problems that we're currently facing. Liz Truss is Secretary of State. So she's actually Foreign Secretary, and it's her job to do it. And also, there was an effort between British government and UK and the Iranian government anyway, so she had a role. Yes, Tulip also had a role in terms of as a campaigner with Richard, campaigning hard, all that stuff, making noise. I get it. Brilliant. But don't make it black and white. Now, speaking of black and white, everything is based on this issue of the defense deal that was made between Britain and Iran. And a lot of people are falling into the same trap, whether they are center-right, center-left, British, English-British, or Iranian-British. A lot of people have been falling into the same trap thanks to the mainstream media not really explaining the truth behind this deal. This deal was in the 1970s between the UK government and the Shah of Iran, the previous regime, before the revolution. Why that matters? Right now they say it's about £400 million that the UK owed to Iran, and it's Iran's money, give it back. And the Iranians have kicked off and kept Nazanin until they get that money back. And international courts also say, yeah, they heard that I was in the hearings, they said, fine, yes, it's Iran's money. Everybody's wrong, and no one's brave enough to say that everyone's wrong on this issue. So the change that we had in 1979 in Iran was not just change of government. It wasn't just a normal revolution. They changed the whole country. They created a new country. No one's talking about this. Post-revolution, before 79, the country was called the Imperial State of Iran, or Persia, as we knew before. Now, post-revolution, the name changed into the Islamic Republic of Iran. Now you might say, oh, that's just a name change. No. It's more than that. It's not just a name change. The whole constitution, they created a new constitution. They actually changed the whole country. It's a new country. Even the borders, slightly different. And the whole thing is new. Just like how you would say that post-Soviet, Ukraine became its own country. And all these countries is a new country. So there is no, in terms of international law, shouldn't have been a case where it treat pre-79 Iran the same way as you would treat post-79 Iran, any deal that was made between the UK and Iran. So that's where the biggest problem is. Do not negotiate with sponsors of terrorist sponsors. Do not deal with these people like this. And now we fell into the same trap. Now they got it. Now they're going to ask for more. We gave the money back in the name of humanitarian aid. You do realize that's all nonsense. The Iranians are not going to use it for humanitarian aid. And the British government knew that as well, but it's just PR. Everyone's falling for the same trap. They're not going to stop here now. You just gave them ransom. It's going to keep happening. It's been happening since 79, every now and then. And we keep falling for it. Now, this is, again, whilst I say it's great news and it's good that we made the effort, bring Nazanin back to her family, brilliant, absolutely great. But let's also talk about the dark truth about this whole issue. And no one's been brave enough to say it. And I had to make a video. I just had to. So that's the reality. We're going to be coming back with at 6 p.m. Disrupt, another episode of Disrupt, where we're going to give you the Ukraine brief. Things that we're not really hearing again from the mainstream media. Because why? Because we are the media.